What's up? Brandon Lilly here. Sorry I was away for a few days. I was in Vegas. Didn't have a very good Wi-Fi connection, so I got a little behind on doing these, but now I'm back, and I'm going to get rolling on them again. First question comes from Joel. How do you recover from overtraining? Well, let me tell you something, Joel. I like to compare life to the gym, and in my life, I worked on a farm every day, and no matter how much work we did, no matter how dehydrated I was, no matter how little food I ate, and no matter how hot the sun was, I had to be there the next morning at 6:30. And at 6:30 we began all over again. And we would do this 5 to 6 days a week. And I would still train, and I still made gains. And how is that possible? How can someone push their body so far and keep going and this, that, and the other? I'm nothing special. I'm not one of these guys that stepped on a pro bodybuilding stage at 25 years old. You look at the picture I posted the other day. I was 165 pounds, skinny as a rail, and I don't get the overtraining mentality or the belief that it's real. I guess if you do something extraordinary, maybe if you did a meet every day or something like that, you might get into some overtraining. But goddamn, people, I think that we have really just looked at the word overtraining as a fucking excuse. If I feel beat up or I feel a little bit tired, you know what I do? I put down the fucking TV remote and I go to bed. Or I'll eat more food. I don't allow myself to get to the point where I feel like total exhaustion. I look at warning signs. Like if my elbow starts to hurt a little bit, I put some ice on it. I don't wait until my elbow completely locks up before I do something about it. Listen to your body. Listen to what your mind is telling you to do. You don't feel good today? Well, push as hard as you can go and then go home. I don't give a damn what your piece of paper says about a method. If it says, oh, you have to do 90% for 2 singles today. Well, if you feel like shit, what good is it going to do you to do 90% and miss? Work up to a good 70, 75%. Do it the best you can. Go home, eat a shitload of food, and get in the bed. Don't stay up all night texting your woman or playing Grand Theft Auto or whatever. If the gym's a priority, make it a priority. If you want to be good, make every attempt to be good at it. Oh, Brandon, you're crazy. Overtraining's real, blah, blah, blah. Well, in my 13 years of training, I've never experienced it. Maybe I've been a little tired, but I also don't admit to some bullshit excuse of overtraining, and I just don't believe in it, And maybe it's because I don't believe in it that I don't experience it. I don't know. But I believe that if you push hard, if you eat hard, and you rest hard, there's no way you'll overtrain, period. And, like I said, working all day on a farm and having to be there the next day no matter what. Guys, we're talking about training 2 to 3 hours a day, maybe. 3 hours for a geared guy. If you're a raw lifter, you ought to be in and out in under 2 hours, 3 to 4 times a week. If you can't do this sport for 6 to 8 hours a week and recover from it, Jesus Christ, what are you expecting to do? You know what I mean? Like 6 to 8 hours, and your body fucking breaks down. Think back to your grandfather. That's what I do. I look at the shit they had to do. They fucking had to crank start their cars, or maybe they didn't even have cars. They walked everywhere. The body is capable of doing amazing things. We're designed to walk. I think I saw a commercial the other day. We're designed to walk something like 40 miles a day. Really? And we talk about training for 2 hours as being hard and overtraining. I just don't buy it. Next question comes from Philip. Metal Militia bench template. Is it effective? Well, here's what I'm going to say to that, Philip. Metal Militia has seen a lot of success. We might argue with their success. It's never been a protocol or a program that I've personally trained. I do know some guys who have used it. I do know some guys who have used it very, very well. But to say, is it good for you? I don't know. I think that people need to stop worrying about, methodology so much as what do I need. That's why when I go to when I do a seminar anymore, if people want me to talk about the cube, yeah, I'll talk about the cube. But what I found is methodology for most people is the final piece. That's the last thing that they need to progress. Okay, most people need to understand what it takes first, physically, second, mentally, and then third, outside the gym. If you're doing everything right with your body, your mind is capable of progressing as an elite athlete. You're doing all the food, all the supplementation, you're getting your recovery, then and only then will a method work for you. If you're just some guy that's going to the gym and half-assing it, a couple times a week, you party on the weekends, you don't eat enough food, you stay dehydrated, then no method is going to work for you. That's what I find comical with a lot of people is, well, I tried this and I tried this and I tried this and it didn't work. Well, guess what? Sometimes when you have to look at the common denominator of failure, the common denominator of failure is you, motherfucker. It's not some method, and it's not 10 methods in a row. If 10 methods in a row fail, then you're the problem. So, hell yeah, the Metal Militia bench template works. You just got to apply it to yourself, to your needs, and believe in it. That's number one for me. Next question comes from Doug. He asks, who are the best people to get deadlift help from? I mean, I can tell you I've gotten deadlift help from good deadlifters and bad deadlifters, because sometimes it's the bad deadlifters who have tried everything, who have seen more deadlifts than anybody else in their own quest to become better, that they give the best advice. I would say probably the best person to watch, if you're a sumo puller, is somebody like Andre Belyev, or Milanichev. He's another one. They have really, really great form. I just think Belyev's form is picture perfect. If you want to watch a good conventional deadlifter, Alexei Olmelchenko. He is an amazing conventional puller. Or you can watch a guy like Ed Cohen who did, tremendous things at both. But you also have to look at people who are built like you. Cohen had long arms and, he locked out mid-thigh or a little bit lower. I lock out basically at my waistline. I have the shortest arms in the world when it comes to deadlift. But look at people who are built like you. Look at people who understand training. They're like Dan Green. He's somebody who's given me a lot of great advice in training. Chad Smith has given me great advice. Several guys on Elite have given me great advice. Greg Panora, Louis Simmons. To say that I'm a result of one person is not true. I'm the result of many people. I watch so many good deadlifters. I mean, Brandon Cass is one. He does a ton of volume work with heavy weight. And, I'm like, okay, do I need that kind of volume? Do I need that kind of progression and heavy weight? Or you look at Dan Green, who seems to pull heavy all the time. It's like, do I need that? Or do you go to somebody more like a Russian template that's pulling 70 and 80% more often than the higher 90% or something like that. So don't restrict yourself to, one type of thinking. I am a result of hundreds of pieces of advice. Chuck Vogelpohl is a great deadlifter, sumo and conventional. He showed me a lot of things one-on-one when I trained with him. And, those things carried over from what did I learn at Westside when I was training there? What did I learn training with great training partners at Gorilla Squad? What did Greg Panora tell me about a video he saw? Or what did Dan Green say whenever he saw me training out at his gym? All those things come together. It's like a recipe, so that's really the best answer I can give you there. But that's it. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I'll be back. See you guys. Thanks a lot.